Hi everyone, and welcome back to Salud Street. As 2024 comes to a close, I am proud to highlight some of the amazing things that I have been able to accomplish for the Central Coast this year. Today's Salud Street is brought to you by the number 1,365. Is how many Central Coast families my office helped through our constituent casework program, from Social Security and Medicare to veterans benefits. My team and I are here to help cut red tape for the Central Coast and to give people like you the answers and resolution you need from federal agencies. Need help? Visit my website at carbajal.house.gov/help to get started. This episode is also brought to you by the number 5. 5 is roughly how many millions of dollars were recouped for Central Coast taxpayers this year alone through our constituent casework. This includes more than 100 Central Coast residents who we help with tax issues with the IRS, 120 constituents who had a Medicare or Social Security issue, and 86 veterans who needed help with the VA. And over this term, that has meant more than $10 million won for Central Coast families this term, and nearly $15 million since the start of the Biden administration. That's on top of the more than $1.4 billion in federal grants that I helped bring to the Central Coast this year alone, supporting Central Coast small businesses, infrastructure improvements, emergency operations, and public safety. But wait, there's more. The number 5 is also today's number because that's how many laws were created this term that I either led or co-led. That includes legislation I championed this Congress to mitigate the threat of chemicals in our groundwater, combat drug trafficking of deadly fentanyl, and ensure our nuclear arsenal is protected from cyber attacks. And that's on top of the other bills that have passed the House and may still get signed by the President by the end of this year, as well as numerous policy changes I was able to secure in larger reform packages like our FAA reauthorization, annual bills like the National Defense Authorization Act, and other bills like our Water Resource Development Act, also known as WRDA, which authorized millions of dollars in clean water projects on the Central Coast. And last but certainly not least, this episode is brought to you by the number 1. 1 is the number of national marine sanctuaries I helped create this year. The Chumash Heritage National Marine Sanctuary, which spans 4,500 miles of Central Coast waters and is the 3rd largest sanctuary designated in the United States history. This sanctuary was officially created just a few weeks ago after more than a decade of advocacy and hard work by our local indigenous groups and stakeholders. This has been a long time coming, and I'm proud of my role this term and over my entire tenure in Congress in getting this protection finalized with the help of the Biden-Harris administration. As we approach the end of this year, I want to thank everyone who has reached out to my office in the past year for making your voice heard in government. Without your advocacy, I could not have accomplished any of the remarkable things we've highlighted in this episode. We are going to have a lot of work to do in 2025, but I will always put the Central Coast and its priorities before anything else. I look forward to hearing from every single one of you in the new year. See you soon, and happy holidays.